Giddy up, guys. Thanks so much for tuning into WagerWise Network. Yeah, you got a new angle. We had a broken camera stand, so we're kind of makeshifting it until things get repaired. But hey, howdy, still here. But let's pack our bags and head down to Muncie, Indiana, Schumann Stadium. Wednesday, November 5th, 4 p.m. on ESPN, the U. Sorry, YouTube TV fans, no soup for you. Ball State Cardinals hosting the Kent State Golden Flashes. Currently the line is Ball State minus 1.5, over under at 47.5. This did open up at Ball State minus 3.5, over under open at 46.5. You saw the market absolutely come in and gobble up anything and everything Kent State, and you see the market respond to the over as well. But before we pack our bags and head out, a word from our sponsors. What is overtime, guys? I'm signed up on it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. It's a crypto sports book with no KYC or limits for players. It's accessible anywhere in the world and offers everything from a traditional bookie would have: live betting, same game parlays, player props, thousands of lines for over 20 sports, plus way more. Now, the biggest difference here is, guys, and this is where you need to pay attention, you can never get banned, blacklisted, or even refused a payout on overtime. Why? It's all on the chain. You can bet with cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, Bitcoin, stable coins. Signing up takes just a few clicks. Guys, I figured it out. I am by no means a crypto bro, nothing to that level. You can use your email, socials, crypto wallet. You can even fund your account with major exchanges like Coinbase or Robinhood. So how do you do it? You click the link in the description and check this out. You bet $10. If you use that link, they'll send you a free $20 bet. I'm taking all my crypto action here, guys, now. I got all my boys using it. So hit the link, sign up, get your free $20 bet. You got nothing to lose. Make sure you guys are clicking the link and getting on overtime. Let's start with Ball State, guys. Ball State 3-5, 2-2 so far this season. The MAC. Tale of two teams, fair to say. On the road, pretty pedestrian. And not just pretty pedestrian, very pedestrian. Lost Purdue 31-0. Lost at Auburn 42-3. They did put up a decent performance at UConn where they were 12.5 point favorites. They did cover there, or 12.5 point dogs, excuse me. Lost at Western Michigan 42-0, and then lost at Northern Illinois 21-7. So outside of the UConn game, not much going on. At home, win over New Hampshire, win over Ohio, and a win over Akron. The Ohio win, 2014, probably the one that kind of looks the best right now. As you guys know, Ohio's one of the kings of the MAC in this scenario, and they took care of business quite easily. This team on the stat sheet, though, you get to it, and it's nothing. Current strength of schedule, 84th. And where do you guys want to start? PPA margin, 132nd. Offensive success rate, 131st. Available yards per margin, 129th. And it goes down. Net points per drive, 127th. There's not much about this team that you look at and go, wow, this is a good football team. They are very disciplined, though. Let's give credit where credit's due. 14th in the nation in penalties per game. That is something to hang your hat on there. And the defensive red zone conversion percentage, not bad, 55th. They definitely out-punched their weight class there. But other than that, it's pretty piss poor, and it's not good. I can tell you that's not good at all. Flip that over to Kent State, another team that is surprisingly 3-5 on the season and 2-2 in the MAC. Very surprisingly 2-2 in the MAC. They've played a who's who on the road so far this season. Their road games so far this season: at Texas Tech, at Florida State, at Oklahoma, at Toledo. And needless to say, they got waxed in all of them. They did show up against Toledo for the first quarter, but then proceeded to allow Toledo to go on a 45-0 run and win that game 45-10. And don't need to talk about the Texas Tech, Florida State, Oklahoma game, as to be expected. At home, different team. Team actually pretty good at home. Probably should have beat Buffalo. Did lose 31-28. Beat Merrimack. Beat UMass dominantly. And then came back, did the reverse Uno card that last week, or 2 weeks ago, excuse me, and came back on Bowling Green to win the game 24-21, where they were down by a significant margin as well. This Kent State team on the stat sheet as well, not a lot to look at, but they currently have the 13th strength of schedule in the nation. So they're absolutely playing teams that are significantly more difficult, and sometimes that kind of get you going. That gets you moving a little bit. You kind of say, hey, you played teams significantly better than you, and you can build on from that. They did recently just promote their head coach, Mark Carney, to the official head coach. I guess he was interim head coach. He got the job officially. Team rallied around him. Team absolutely loves this guy. And I like this Kent State team. I've actually done quite well on them so far this season. We've sniped them the last, 2 out of 3 weeks. We've taken advantage of them. We caught them as a 7.5 point dog, and then we caught them as a favorite. It was one of my biggest plays of the year against UMass. We took the day off on Toledo. But, we're seeing them well. We kind of see this team for what they are. Now, the problem is here, you got a super short line. It's 1.5. There is a 2.5 on DraftKings right now. And are you really in the business of only taking 2.5 with this team? But I'll flip that over and say, are you really in the business of laying points with Ball State at this point? Ball State at home, though, been pretty good. I mean, like I said, all things considering, especially in the MAC, they've been a quality football team, and they're taking care of business at home. How's the game break down? Market likes the over. I can see that as well. Kent State's kind of got that offense clicking for anything it's worth, and Ball State, when they play a lesser opponent, like a significant lesser opponent, they're able to move the football. It necessarily hasn't converted to points a ton, but teams on their level, on a Kent State level, Akron and New Hampshire, they've done fine. Even a UConn, they've done just fine getting some points on the board. You're talking about 25, 34, and 42 points. That's significantly way above anything that they've that's levels and levels above their scoring average on the season. Kent State, on the same token, like I said, they've got their offense clicking as well, for what it's worth. And I don't think it's a great offense, but I think that they're finding their groove and they're believing in their program. This is a team that went defeated last year, and now they could, in theory, still make a bowl game. It's not out of the realm. They've got Ball State, Akron, Central Michigan, Northern Illinois. They could definitely win 3 of those 4, if not 4 of those 4. Finish 4-2 in the MAC, and 7-5 overall. And I know it sounds wild to say, but it's all right there for the taking. And 3 of their 5 losses would be against powerhouse programs. I mean, Texas Tech, Florida State, and Oklahoma. Nothing to hang your head about there. So I think you've got a program on the rise with Kent State, as odd as that is to say. And then I think you've got a team in Ball State who's kind of a salt of the MAC, who performs well at home. At this point, I'd probably rather take the points. I agree with the market. I kind of want to ride the Kent State momentum. I'm not going to be betting it, so I don't put your money on that. I will be betting Kent State at home versus Central Michigan. I know Central Michigan's not a bad MAC team in their own right. I do think home is where you want to bet Kent State. I think specifically you want to bet Kent State as a longer dog. Give me a touchdown with them, fine. Give me 3.5 points with them, fine. But if we get in the 2.5, 1 point range, I'm kind of jitterish to get there. You're seeing a buyback on Ball State for good reason, in my opinion. So we've got 6 minutes, 33 seconds in the book. I was advised to start keeping these comments. Said, hey, shorten the videos. You talk a lot. And I got a lot to say, guys. It's I'm real passionate about what I do. So 6 minutes, 32 seconds in the book. Go ahead, give me Kent State plus 2.5, best number on DraftKings right now. As of recording, Tuesday, 5:45 p.m. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you'd be so kind, hit the share button, and I'll catch you guys at the window.